A long time ago, before the year 2000, I don't want to date myself, there was an incident which made me angry. And you know, nothing's worse than a betrayal of people you thought you knew or you loved, and it makes the anger more deep, more painful. And at that time, I didn't know about the different toys they used, and I didn't certainly think that I would be a target. Why would I? I'm nobody. I'm just someone in the public. So the incident kept playing in my head. It wouldn't stop. Over and over, I saw the injustice. I saw what was done. I saw the betrayal. Over and over, I saw the injustice that was done to my husband and my children. And although I kept up with life, there were still incidents of smiles. I didn't let it affect, I thought, my home life. But all day and all night, it pushed into my mind. And over, it was just a simmering rage. A year passed pretty quick in that kind of state. You're still mad. You still think about it. But you continue with life, and you continue with your family and everyday things. But all day, every day, and during the night, those thoughts would come. They would push on me. I would hear the voices that said the evil things and did the evil action. I continued with life, thinking, well, it's normal to be still angry about this. It was no small thing and affected everyone in my life. But as the second year passed, I began to feel there was something critically wrong. I was trying to move on with my life, but the thoughts and the memories and the sound of the voices just wouldn't stop. So I tried to work specifically on ending them, on stopping the anger. Nothing I did worked, and by the third year, I realized there was something really wrong. It was like a switch had been turned on for anger, and I just could not turn it off. I didn't know at that time what a thought form was, and I certainly never occurred to me I had created an anger monster. It was much later that I realized that the elves and owls were using toys and mimicking the voices and pushing that on my mind all day and night, and this anger that it generated created the thought form. But at that time, all I knew was that somehow I had created a thought form. It had turned a switch on and would not turn off. It was feeding on my anger and growing bigger. And the bigger they get, the more powerful they get. And it was overwhelming my defenses to turn it off. Now, it never really occurred to me then that this was a spiritual attack. And I'd never really thought of asking heaven for anything, because heaven gave me everything every single day. I was always grateful to the gifts they gave me and felt it was unfair to ask for anything more. So many people at that time were struggling so badly. But it was at that time I realized that I actually needed to ask heaven to help me remove this. So I felt for my heart, and I reached down to the depths of my heart and my soul, and I said, Heaven, please, please remove this anger monster. I can't turn it off. And with all my heart and soul, I wanted it to be gone. I wanted to be free of the thoughts of anger. I went to bed that night, and when I woke up, my thoughts were free. The switch had finally been turned off. They had removed the thought form. They had turned off that switch, and I was really, really grateful. Now that doesn't mean I don't get angry, but it's like a switch that was turned on and I couldn't drop the anger. Normally, I'm angry, it lasts a few seconds, and then it's gone. And I wanted that balance back, and they gave it back to me. And so the reason I'm bringing this story up is a lot of people are being pushed by anger, and they don't realize that the people they hear in their head using their own voice, it's not your own thought. Most of the time, it's these toys being used on you by the elves and the owls. They will use one toy to hit your emotional body like a ping, and that'll give you anger. And then they'll supply all the reasons in your head of why you should be angry. This person said this, that person did that, things like this. Many, many times, Eve has warned us that anger at this time does not serve you. People who are rioting at the time of the exit end up sticking to the negative mast, and they can't get off the ground. They can't exit. Time is very short. It's up to you to do the work to clear that anger from you. And if you need help, you need to call on heaven. You need to reach down to the depth of your soul. You need to ask them to turn off the anger on you. But always be aware, these entities are still around. And you need to know that this isn't always your thought. It's not always you doing it. It's usually someone pinging you to make you angry, to make you stick. There are a lot of people who are angry because they're not on the exit. They were not named out. And these people are going to keep that anger. But if you know yourself to be on the exit, to have been named up, or to be moved forward, you need to clear that anger now. And you need to guard your heart and understand that they want you angry. They want you riled up. Someone sent me this video yesterday, a 9-year-old's dream of the end, rapture dream. I'll leave the link below in the box. But it's a very good example of how anger is used to make you fall away from the gate. Someone wrote me and asked, well, I don't have anyone left to love. They've all passed away. Well, that doesn't mean they're gone. They're still there. You still love them. Reach your heart up. Let your heart feel them. And tell them you love them. Go outside, hug a tree. Trees are beautiful. Trees are alive. Look for your friends online or your friends at work. Feel the love you feel for them. For me, mainly it's heaven. I don't think there's anything I love more than I love heaven. All my friends and family that passed away before me are there. And there's not a day that goes by, not an hour or a minute, that I don't wonder how I can help heaven. How can I be of service? I do think about the people who write comments. I think about everyone who is on the exit. Make your heart large enough to feel the love you have for your brothers and sisters who are on the exit with you. It's always my prayer that those who are on the exit lawfully heaven helps lift out. I love all of you, and we'll see you again soon.